Hey everybody, welcome to this video. In this one, we're going to take a look at soloing using the major pentatonic scale. We're going to play over a gospel-inspired blues, which means we get a longer chord progression with some really nice twists and turns. Here's the solo. We start this solo with 2 bars over an A major chord. So I'm going to use this A major pentatonic scale shape to begin with, starting at fret 12 on the A string. And that gives us the root, A, the second B, major third, C sharp, 5th E, and then the 6th, F sharp. And then repeating A, B, C sharp E. And we can also put the D in there as well at certain points, so we'll see that later. But the main thing here is that we can really think about the chord tones, root, thirds, fifths, and things like sixths to add color. Here's the first phrase. So it's really Peter Green, classic major pentatonic opening phrase. Good tip here is to ride the time signature. We've got a 6/8 time signature, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can build phrases on the top of that. 1, 2, 3. And all we're doing there is starting on the 5th, the E, up to the 6th, and then the root. The real Peter Green element there is that double bend, the bend up, bend down, and bend up again. Fret 12 of the B string, bend up tone to the C sharp, the 3rd of the A major. And then you can put some vibrato on that note there, fret 10 of the B string. And everything is just contained within that shape. You can get all the lesson resources for this one from my Patreon. The link to join is below. You'll get my tab and the all-important backing track so you can practice all of this and then start coming up with your own ideas. There's a low monthly fee and you'll get many more lessons covering blues, soul, Americana, fingerstyle and more. So come and join the community. I look forward to seeing you there. Let's carry on. The next phrase is quite a slippery double stop phrase. We're still within this shape here, but we're going to use this double stop, which is a real kind of soul rhythm thing. But we're going to quickly slide up a semitone. So we start with the double stop on frets 9 and 10 of the G and B, and then we hammer on to fret 11 of the G. Quickly slide up a semitone and back down again. And then pull off to fret 9 of the G string. And those kind of double stop phrases, when you're doing those slides, they kind of want to be played at speed. Otherwise, you get that sort of dissonance from sliding up a semitone. The next 2 chords are the D major to the G major. So the G is slightly out of key. It's the flat 7th of the A, but it's a really interesting chord to solo over. Here's the phrase. So still in this A major pentatonic shape. We're going to start on the E natural, 12th fret of the E string. That's the 9th of the D chord. A little bit of colour, going to the 5th of the D chord, A, on the 10th fret of the B string. And again, just riding that 6/8 time signature, the 1, 2, 3. And over the G, all we're going to do is bend from the B natural, fret 12 of the B string, up a semitone to C. That note C sounds really good over the G chord, only briefly. The C is the 11th of the G chord, neither major nor minor note, but it just gives you that really nice ambiguity, only for a second before we bend back down. And then we're playing an A over the G, fret 10 of the B string, that's the 9th. So instead of playing chord tones over the G, we play these 9ths and 11ths, which add colour to the chord. The next lick is played down the first string, so it's a more linear idea, more of a slide idea. And a really important tip is learn your scales, all scales, but particularly major and minor pentatonics, up and down single strings. So then you can get out these box shapes and start to create these slide-like ideas that move up and down strings, what I call linear playing. You'll hear Derek Trucks do this, Joe Bonamassa does it all the time. So let's hear the phrase. This lick is actually played with groups of 4 over the 6/8 time. We get semiquavers over the 6/8. So it's really kind of stretched out, really elastic. It's like 1 E and a 2 E and a. It's a really cool effect. You'll hear Jeff Beck do this all the time. So we move from fret 14, and we're going to play slides here as well to really kind of start to approximate that slide sound. And that's just the A major pentatonic played down the first string. Then move into the second string. And that lick's played over the A major to the F sharp minor 7 chords, the 1 chord to the 6 chord. So it's all working around chord tones, and all the notes in that particular scale are obviously going to gel really well with the A major and the F sharp minor. When you move to the F sharp minor chord, you've basically moved into the F sharp minor pentatonic. Shares all the same notes as the A major pentatonic. Next up, we have the turnaround. B7, going to E7, E9, any variation there. Back to the 1 chord, the A major. But the B is played as a dominant 7th. It's what's called the secondary dominant of the E, the 5 of the 5. The standard 2-5-1 turnaround will be B minor, E7, A major. But in blues, we commonly find that 7th chord, B7, E7, and back to A major, or A7. So we're just going to arpeggiate the B7 chord, literally play the arpeggio, root 3rd 5th, flat 7th. And then land on the chord tone of the E. That's the B natural, fret 12 of the B string, which is the 5th of the E chord. When you get used to chord tones, it kind of gets so much more easy because you are always aiming for chord tones with a little bit of color around it. Too many arpeggios will sound formulaic and obvious, but in this situation, it's a really cool way to get from B7 to E7. Again, right in the time signature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the arpeggio just starts at fret 7 of the D string with the 3rd finger, fret 8 of the G string, fret 7 of the B string. B major triad, up to the flat 7th, fret 10 of the B string, Next we go right up the neck to this position of the A major pentatonic. And we play another classic phrase. And all we're doing there is bending up from fret 19, 2 frets up to fret 21. That's the C sharp, just the major third of the chord. The next lick is played over the 4 chord, D major moving to the D sharp diminished. It's a really common move in a major blues. You can play the diminished scale over the D sharp diminished chord, but I generally find it can sound a little bit formulaic to do that. And sometimes you're better, again, just aiming for a chord tone in that particular chord. What we're going to do in a second is just hit the flat 5th of the chord, the A natural. So we've moved down to this A major pentatonic shape. Which is the same as the F sharp minor pentatonic, and we play this phrase. So we just start with this triplet, fret 14 of the B string, and a hammer onto fret 17. And again, aiming for chord tones, we're just hitting fret 17 of the high E string. That's an A, that's the 5th of the D chord. And then the BB King slide down. And then we rake into fret 14. So we mute the 2nd and 3rd strings, the G and the B, and just brush the pick down onto fret 14 of the E string. And we bend from fret 16 of the high E string. So we're bending from a G sharp to an A, and that's giving us the flat 5th of this D sharp diminished chord, D sharp 7 diminished. There's the 5th there, and up here. And I find that just sounds a little bit more natural than playing a diminished run like this. Or the scale. The scale can be really cool if you want to get that kind of ascending effect, but sometimes it can sound a little bit too much like you're just playing a scale. Experiment with it, see what you come up with. I do it sometimes. And the final phrase is played over the last turnaround, A major, F sharp 7 sharp 9, the Hendrix chord, B7, and then this E9 sus chord, E9 sus 4. Here's the phrase. Again, really simple, really straightforward. The chords are doing a lot of the work there. So as long as we play chord tones, it's going to sound good. Still played out of this major pentatonic shape. So we start with a big bend on fret 17 of the B string. And then in the next bar, big bend on fret 16 of the G string. And then back down to fret 14, and then double stops, fret 14 of the D and G, and hammering on from fret 14 of the D to fret 16 of the D. And finally sliding down. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that lesson. Don't forget, all the resources are available at Patreon. Just check out the link below. Low monthly fee gets you tons more lessons, tons more styles to cover as well, and the all-important backing tracks. I'll be back soon with another lesson on how to approach this track from more of a chord perspective so we can get more of those tasty jazz, gospel chords in place. Take care, and I'll see you soon.